get going. All right, thank you for turning into the Turnbuckle Tapes. I am your host, Liam, the viral voice, the algorithm assassin, and I'm here with my tag team partner, fucking referee Sean. What up, Sean?
Fucking, referee Sean. I don't know. You say referee, but I got a countdown towards making my actual wrestling debut going on. It's penciled in. I'm still refereeing in the meantime, though. Still on the scene. Still trying to call right down the middle like Bill Alfonso. Liam, how's your weekend going, brother?
My weekend was good, man. Went to Santa Cruz, spent some time with my boy. Got some good times with him.
Nice.
Good hiking. Yeah, some good times. Nice. Yours was good?
I had a good weekend. I hit up training here on Sunday. Saturday had a rare weekend off with no shows. But we are joined today by none other than Perry Papaya.
The king of the key parties.
The king of the key parties. Perry, before we even get started, before we even get background, before we even get anywhere, I gotta know. I don't know what a key party is, brother. What is a key party?
So, I'm gonna have my lovely assistant grab, actually a prop for me. If you guys have seen me wrestle, then you know who Penelope is. But a key party, I will give each one of my key party members one of these guys. These little keys right here. All right. You'll put your initials on it. I'll throw it in a bowl. And you take home whoever's initials are on the key. That's my key party.
What do you mean by take home? Do you like...
I mean, as in, take them home. Sean, how old are you?
I'm old enough.
You're old enough.
Okay. Find what take home meant. Are we talking like 1865 take home? Or are we talking like 2025 take home catch and release?
You're gonna take them home and you're gonna give them back.
Catch and release, okay. You said take them home. I was like, wait, we're owning people? What the fuck is going on?
Sean's taking it back to the 1800s.
I was confused.
Well, when
I
you're
was legitimately like, wait, these people are just signing themselves up to be owned? I am lost.
Hey, I might not kink same, but I don't kink shame.
I'm not here to kink shame either. I was lost. And my thought was like, you said take them home. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Introduce them to the family and have a nice dinner.
Mom and Dad, this is our new family member.
Hey, if you want to live in with them, that's on you. That's not on me.
It'd be right for the 1860s time, having the whole fucking family tree living on the fucking homestead.
What was the president that impregnated like 50 black women? Oh my god.
Jesus.
You'll be in the party. You'll take this key and it'll open a door and
okay, so it's his random fate. Okay, this makes more sense now than just what my dumbass thought.
Having an education corner here on Turnbuckle Tapes.
Yeah. This is Turnbuckle Tapes Sex Education Edition.
Hey, it's been 7 years over here. I'm on a drought. I was like, wait, what the fuck is this?
We gotta get Sean the Karma Sutra. Just have him read through that.
Hitting that fucking lotus position.
Brother.
Yeah, we're joined here by Perry Papaya today, and you have gotten yourself in a situation with Flaco.
Yeah, I have. The situation spans over 2.5 years.
So this has been a long time coming.
Yeah, it has. It started.
Edging, if you will.
Yeah, pretty much edging. Yeah,
I see
just
what you did there, brother.
it's about to, and then it's not, and then it is. Yeah. But no ill will. I started at next level. And then he was my first coach, and we had a little spat, and he's decided to come onto my turf in Dragon's Den, and I don't like that. So MF has decided that him and I will go one-on-one at Avery, and I don't know if you've seen the recent promo, but MF told me that I need to take his mask. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take his mask.
That's a high achievement right there to take out Flaco Loco's mask. That's a scalp for the den.
Yeah.
So
it is.
I personally find it interesting that like you started at X level, had a beef, for lack of a better term, with Flaco, and are now after his mask. And Flaco is at a different school at this point. He's no longer at next level.
Right.
Do you feel this is almost turf war? Or do you feel this is like, I need to get vengeance for myself? Or do you feel this is a misunderstanding from the past that needs to be understood?
I think that misunderstandings can turn into vengeance and vice versa, right? However, I would say it's a turf war because why are you coming on to my space? Why are you coming onto my space? You don't need to be there. You're a legend already. You don't need to make your name there. You know, you don't need to put yourself over there. So I'm gonna put myself over. I'm gonna make myself a name at the expense of someone who isn't around. Let's just put it that way.
So do you, because he recently was TWF champion, do you feel that he's not around for the younger generation, specifically because TWF has ties to the Dragon's Den? Or do you feel that it's more personal for you going into this match?
I think that whatever your perspective is on this match makes it that much more beautiful. Whether you think that it's a turf war, whether you think it's a misunderstanding, whether you think it's a disgruntled former student going after his coach, whether you think it's an up-and-comer going against a champion, whether you think that it's a student going after a legend, it has so many different elements to it. Sit here and I can say that I can't stand my opponent, but that's not true. I absolutely adore Flaco. So it's going to hurt me and break my heart when I do take off his mask. It's going to suck. It's going to be terrible. And I'm going to hate every moment of it, but I'm going to relish in it because of how much beauty that the amount of moments that we can have in that match together.
Do you see this more as something you have to do, not something that is a goal? Like, this is something that has to happen to prove yourself, to make your name. You're specifically Big MF, and you are specifically seeking out his mask. That's a hefty goal, brother. Like, is this what, like, is for lack of a better term, putting his mask on your mantle what motivates you here, or is there more to it?
See, what motivates me is this wrestling world. That's what motivates me. It's not the mask. That's a nice trophy, and it's going to be an afterthought, and it will be in my hand, and it will be on a mantle, and I'll look at it before I go and leave for work every single day. Before I go into the ring every single day, I'll kiss it and I'll say thank you. But life is a circle, right? And everything starts where it ends, and everything ends where it begins. And right now, I'm on a card with both my former coaches, right? Both of them, Tony Vargas and Flaco Loco. And I feel like I do have something to prove. I feel like there has been a lot of people who make judgments about others without perception of what they're actually capable of. And whether or not you sit there and say, hey, I don't believe that you can do this, I don't care. I don't care. I've literally had my shoulder pop out and pop it back in and go back to wrestling. I've literally got my knee fucked up and not been able to get up and still finished. Like this means more to me than Flaco means to me.
Do you feel like you were proving bigger fish wrong in the pond that you're in?
I think that the big fish that I'm in the pond with are secretly sharks. So when you're in shark infested waters and you're a big fish, that makes you a target, right?
Correct.
However, if you learn how to swim underwater, you learn how to fight the current, and you learn the patterns of the sharks, guess what? You're going to be a lot more safe, and you're going to be a lot more stronger, and you're going to be getting a lot of different opportunities that you wouldn't have been able to get, because there's a version of you that sat down and said, hey, I fucking suck at this. I'm never going to get better at it. And there's a version of you that exists that says, hey, man, remember that version of you that sucked and said that you could never be good at this? Well, now that version of you is going against legends.
I mean, if you're one to believe in the infinite universe theory, there's a universe where we're amazing and the universe where we suck shit. So there's going to be a balance between the two. The fact that you're finding the balance between the two and standing up for yourself is what is the biggest thing for you. And as a fellow trainee who I won't delve into the details, but has dealt with similar things as you, I find it very admirable that you're standing up for yourself, feeling that you need to stand up for yourself and stand up for your turf. You know, turf wars are interesting in because it's just professional wrestling. We're all there to have a good time. We're all there to put smiles on people's faces and give everybody an entertaining show. But there's these silly turf wars behind it, like, oh, you can't be on my show, blah 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? As long as we're doing the job and entertaining the people and doing a good job, who gives a shit whose friends we are, who we're fighting with? All that matters is we're doing our job and doing it well.
I think that it spans back to the territory days. So
I
agree. It spans back to the territory days, and we're in a generation of wrestling right now where, as much as I hate to say it, because like even during this interview, I'm a little kayfabe, but it is a dying art. I'm not gonna say it's dead, but it's a dying art. So to have the difference between this current generation and the old generation, where the old generation said, hey, if you're a heel, right, you ride with heels. If you're a face, you ride with fucking faces. Don't you fucking fuck our shit up, right? That was how it was. And now you got like famous heels riding with famous faces, and it's like, bro, like you guys get paid so much more than we ever will, and you won't do the thing. You won't do the thing.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
It makes sense for like me getting paid $40 a show to have faces and heels in with the referee in the same fucking car. We're not getting paid $1,000 a show. What the fuck?
Avery on March 29th at Mystic Madness in Howard's Mystic Saloon, I'm gonna go do the thing. I'm I stay kayfabe, so like it matters to me. I know that doesn't matter to a lot of people. They're like, oh, I just want to go in and wrestle. I want to get my shit in. And every single coach that I've ever had, Flaco, Tony, Hayashi, Michael Sean, every single one of them say the same thing. The only thing that matter are moments.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. You can have a 10-minute match with maybe 2 moves and 7 moments.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like I can do a Frankensteiner, but are you gonna remember the fact that I did a Frankensteiner? Or are you gonna remember the fact that I rubbed my ass in Flaco's face?
You got a fair point there.
Especially on a fucking bar show. And I don't mean to like shit on a bar show, but a bar show is not going to remember somebody doing a fucking 450. They're going to remember someone doing something fucking, for lack of a better term, weird shit and rubbing someone's ass or their balls in someone's face or grabbing their dick and twisting it.
Or pulling a fucking meat stick out of their fucking...
Yeah, they're not going to remember the pro wrestling cool bullshit. They're going to remember the weird shit. It's a bar show.
Yeah.
Exactly. And honestly, I feel like you should kind of, I wouldn't say that you should treat stadiums like bar shows, but I feel like you should treat them in the same sense of...
You should!
Of like, let me do shit that people will remember me for, not stuff that I'm bad.
Sure, on a stadium show with 17,000 people, I'll bust out my 450, but I'm still gonna rub my ass in your face. Because that's gonna pop them more.
Exactly.
Take them by surprise.
Exactly, dude.
Exactly.
So you mentioned that you started off at Next Level and you've been wrestling for about 2.5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that? What was that moment where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get into professional wrestling.
That's a good question, because I remember emailing the owner at the time, and he was like, hey, we start on Wednesdays, and I have severe anxiety. So I was like, okay, well, I'll show up to the address on Tuesday. I'll sit in my car and I'll smoke a ton and just hotbox and hang outside. And then when I go in tomorrow, it'll already feel like I've been there.
Yeah, so you're prepping yourself for the actual moment of being there.
But it's hard to say like what made me get into wrestling, because I want to say my mom, because the first memory that I have of wrestling is me watching it with my mom on this tiny television with like the little antenna bunny ears on top, and you had to like hold it a certain way or it was
put
fuzzy.
Some foil on the fucker.
They have foil on it and everything. And it was Corporate Rocky, because I was born in 93, and that was when he came back as Corporate Rocky. I think it was around 97, and I'm pretty sure. And that's when I started like getting really into it. And then I got really confused when I like started going to school and other people weren't into wrestling. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, that's fake. And I was like, but so are your movies. And so like, I was like, what is the difference? And they're like, well, they're not getting hurt. And I was like, do you think Jason Statham gets hurt when he jumps off a bridge? There's a fucking pad, dude. There's a pad that they edit out. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we don't get that. We don't get the edit. We actually hit the fucking ground, bro. Like, so if anything, it's more real. Like, so like if you want to see that, once again, March 29th, Avery, fucking Mystic Madness, Howard's Mystic Saloon. Like, it's just and then I can't put over our coaches enough at Dragon's Den. Hayashi's he has like over 20 years in the business, and he's probably one of the most patient people I've ever met. And then Michael Sean has this ability to break someone down to build them back up.
Yeah.
Because he's an asshole who also cares about the people. He's an asshole who cares about who he's trading. He's a dick to you. He'll break you down and then build you back up because he cares. Like
Exactly.
that is that guy, and I appreciate that kind of shit. Like that shit is real. Like that shit is fucking great.
Yes. And then MF is like one of the best promoters that I've ever talked to. Like he's the dude like is super intelligent, like insanely intelligent. And people don't understand how smart this is.
So smart.
Yeah. If he wasn't smart, the Samoan Reaper wouldn't be on his fucking side, fucking splashing on people for him. Like that dude is a legitimate genius.
Yeah.
And there's a reason that like so many people are improving at Dragon's Den, and there's a future there.
Yeah. No, the Dragon's Den definitely is a special place. I mean, like it, just from what I've seen, like they genuinely genuinely do care about like the students and stuff, and like do try to build like strong bonds between everybody. Like it's for lack of a better term, it's a boot camp, like the same kind of process of being broken down to be built back up into
exactly
what's fit for the business. And
as much as I love everybody there, fuck your boy, fuck your Samoan Reaper on the 29th. You're facing my boy Tony Vargas. Yeah, go fuck your boy. I love him to death, but he's facing my boy.
My boy.
It's my boy. It's Tony.
I really hope that it's set up to where I can watch like I don't know how they have the card booked, but I really hope it's to where I can like see what's going on, because like when we were at Tuolumne, I was running sound and I couldn't see shit. And I was like, man, this fucking sucks.
Dude, the setup for Tuolumne with the sound was fucking awful. Oh, you poor guys. Okay, so I'm gonna peel the curtain back a little bit for y'all. These poor guys. The first Tuolumne show had hired a DJ, so they were able to have like good sound and shit. The second Tuolumne show, poor Perry, and a couple of other Dragon's Den students are running the sound off of phones. It's like a fucking big speaker. And they're doing the best they can. What's unfortunate though is they're behind a curtain with all the action going on outside of the curtain. So they can't see shit that's going on. So someone's coming out. They've only gone out for 30 seconds. And then the music cuts. And the wrestler's like, hey, what the fuck?
Man.
And they're just fucking, fuck it. I'm with the crowd. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah. I felt so bad for you guys. I felt so fucking bad for you guys.
The worst part was that there was like a 3 to 5 second sound delay.
Dude,
because connected to the phones. And the phones were connected via Bluetooth. And anytime that happens, there's a fucking sound delay. Like I've had enough technology to be like, dude, that's not gonna fucking work. And so everyone's like getting mad at me because they're like, why won't you play my fucking music? And I'm like,
literally was technology fucking being shit.
Oh man, that is rough.
And then fucking Jolene, she's trying her, but she keeps yelling at me, keep the mic on. I'm like, I haven't turned it off. Quit yelling into it, motherfucker.
Oh no. Oh man.
Dude, they did so well. I will give you guys credit for what you had and the situation you were in. You did so well. You guys were in a no-win situation.
And we still won.
And you still did okay. Like I saw that shit and I was like, y'all are fucked.
Yeah. We still won. So like, I mean, to reiterate, like it's a group of very special people. We have like 2 or 3 more students coming in. So like, I think altogether we have maybe 11, 12 people as students, and we have like 3 or 4 coaches. But yeah, if it wasn't for Dragon's Den, I wouldn't be wrestling at Mystic Saloon. So I'm like so excited for that. Like it means like everything to me. Like, yes, I can sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna shit on Flaco, but realistically, all right, realistically, Flaco is like a big reason why I am in wrestling. Like, I was a fan of his before I started wrestling. Is the only reason I can do a fucking roll. So like I started, I was like, oh, a roll's easy, and then I fucking landed on my head. And I was like, God damn it, bro! I didn't know that you get how to somersault. I was like, you do. It's a perishable skill. And then you realize
it really
that
it is a perishable skill. You're no joke there.
Yeah. But like what I try to tell other people, when I've had like a couple students be like, oh bro, I look up to you. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that, because then you're gonna find out a bunch of lore about me, and you're
it's gonna be a meet your heroes moment.
Because everyone's different because from where they're at now.
Right.
You know, I'm different than I was 2 years ago. Like, there's a kid that I train with next level. If he found out some of the shit about me, he'd probably be heartbroken, but fucking that's not who I am now. That's who I was.
Exactly.
That's not who I am now. I'm here now trying to be a better person, trying to evolve myself and evolve you. So it's who you are now, not who you were.
Yeah.
I feel like right now, like if you put all of what happened to me into a show, I'd be on like, out of 4 seasons, I'd be on the last season, and you'd be like, finally the character development's hitting. And so like that's where I feel like I'm at right now. Where
Harry,
like,
did you ever watch The Wire?
I tried to. I started it and I never finished it.
Okay, the only reason I bring this up is because season 2 of that show doesn't pay off till season 5. Like, season 2 happens, you're like, what the fuck? And then season 5 happens, you're like, oh, by the way, all this shit makes sense.
It matters.
Yeah.
Funny. I mean, yeah, if you think about it, right? If I write down a timeline of everything that happened, it's almost like it's leading me to that point. It's so weird because like I can genuinely believe that the world recycles itself, and it shows you that through the actions of the world, right? And when you see something repeat, you get a chance to change it, right?
Yeah.
And that's exciting. You're like, fuck yes, I don't want to fuck this up now. So you're like, all right, this is my second chance. And everyone's gonna be like, oh, you don't get second chances in life. And I'm here to tell you that's bullshit. You're around the wrong fucking people. You're around the wrong fucking people if people are telling you that you don't get a second chance in life. Because I've gotten so many. I've gotten way more chances in life than I should have gotten. Way more.
The people who will tell you that you're not going to get a second chance in life, you either gotten lucky enough where they haven't had to have them circumstances, or are not willing to fight for that second chance in life.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. I agree. And then like I think that's what makes Dragon's Den so special is all those coaches got a second chance, right? And they're like, hey, this is our home, this is our turf. And I think that's why I'm a little defensive about the whole Flaco thing, because that's my home. That's my turf. That's my safe place, right? And you're just gonna come in and, you know, so like I value everyone there like to the highest degree.
So you're defending your home, for lack of a better term, because last I remember, Flaco was that ugly dojo. You're like, who the fuck are you to come to my school, for lack of a better term, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
It almost feels like you're the new guy on the prison yard going for the biggest dude to take him out just to.
I mean, isn't that what you're supposed to do?
That's what they always say in the movies.
Hey man, I've heard that someone got really well off being a legend killer. So
You know, someone made a career out of it in the big leagues for like 20 years. So I don't think you're not. It's not so bad with what you're trying to do there, brother.
Fair point.
Here's the difference between me and a lot of other people is I'm never gonna go in that ring and be like, it doesn't work for me, brother. So that's the difference. If you know, like I'm not gonna pull the curtain back too much, but like if you wanna scrap, let's scrap. If you wanna grapple, let's grapple. If you wanna fuck around, let's fuck around. And I've watched Flaco's matches. I've trained with him. I know that the majority of this match is gonna be us fucking around. So like, yes, I can be like quasi mean and be like, get off my fucking turf, bro. But realistically, it's probably going to be one of the most fun matches of the night where you're not going to want to leave because you're like, this is actually very entertaining and it's a nice palate cleanser from the violence and the fucking bloodshed that I just saw.
Yeah. Right. That card looks like a lot, of violence, for lack of a better term.
Oh man, that's gonna be a good one.
Stacked with blood, violence, submission.
It's gotta be a splash zone.
I did not see, for lack of a better term, I did not see a comedy card or a comedy match on the card. You might be the closest thing to it, and you're not even going to be comedy. Like, that's the kind of card we're having.
It depends how the crowd is. You know, it really depends. It really depends. If they're super into it, I mean, as long as I believe it, they'll believe it. So I mean, you can get away with almost anything in wrestling. I could put you in a headlock and then walk away and go fuck with a fan and then go right back into putting you in a headlock.
Harry, you motherfucker, I'd like to see you try.
So I got a question for you, Perry. So as far as since you've began wrestling and you talk about second chances and stuff, what sort of transformation have you seen within yourself from beginning to now, like in your mentality and like who you've carved yourself out to be?
Okay. Well, first off, the difference is the fact that to be super real, that I don't hate myself. To be super fucking real, the difference is that I appreciate you, Sean.
I only clap like that because it's very relatable. So continue. I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's the main reason why. Because when you're in a situation, right, and it might just be because you're not medicated, right? But whether it's your environment, whether it's your lack of medication, whether it's something that you're going through, like there are certain things where like you kind of fall apart and you're like, I fucking hate myself. That's why one of my favorite tropes in anime, like I have a whole fucking anime sleeve right here. One of my favorite tropes in anime is an Attack on Titan does it so well, is when they're like in this black void and they're laying down on the ground, right? And you can just imagine whatever character, and there's a projection of them or like a materialization of themselves looking at themselves on the ground. And they're like, get the fuck up, get up, you piece of shit, you fucking worth.
Yep.
And it's just oh, it's so relatable, right? Because you're like, while you're in that mode, right, you're like, bruh, I can hear myself saying these things and I don't want to say them. But I keep saying them and I keep feeling awful, right? So the way that I got out of that, right, is not only like, yes, working out helps, but sometimes it's not enough. So what I would do is I would start working out, I would start dieting better, and then I started literally just writing. I started writing every single day. And because I started writing every single day, and this was in the time frame when I was like almost exiled from the entire locker room, right? And I was getting shade from almost everybody because of my past. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to get booked anytime soon. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my fucking nose in my notebook and I'm going to write down every single idea that I have. And I went to MF. he would get message from me at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and I would be like, here's an idea for Kenny Justice, the wrestler that fights for justice and hates pineapple on pizza. Here's an idea. Like I just give him idea after idea after idea after idea, and eventually he came up to me and was like, "Hey, how would you feel about I have this idea.
God, you're Freeman's voice.
That's a good one.
I have this idea I was thinking about Pineapple Express, and when you would be the leader of Pineapple Express, and we would have you with a couple girls, right? And you would be like a swinger gimmick, but I don't know how the character would work." And I'd be like, I got you, because at that time I was also homeless, right? And I was the only one fucking showing up to training. I was still fucking homeless. I was still showing up to fucking training, and I was like, you know what, bet. And I made it work, because I was like, I'm not getting any opportunities right now. And because I made that work, because I watched Rico, because I watched Adonis, because I watched Goldust, because I watched all those people, I was like, this will work. It's worked before. Yeah. It worked a bunch of times before. It's not something new. It's something, I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm just driving the car. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And
you're
but
sending it into a new direction.
Yeah, exactly. I get to put my own decals on the car, and I get to put my own rims on it, and I get to make it look how I want to look. Like my sting face isn't gonna look like Rikishi's. I don't have that ass. I'm not Samoan. I'm a Mexican with a small ass. It's funny that I do a stink face. It's funny. So like one more plug, March 29th, Avery, Mystic Madness, Howard's Mystic Saloon. I don't know the actual address, but I put it in my GPS and it pops right up.
You can just look up Howard's Mystic Saloon and it will pop just fine. Don't worry about that. I haven't worked several shows out there. I've never put the actual address in. I just type in Howard's Mystic Saloon and I've gotten there just fine.
Plug one more time. Howard's
Mystic Saloon. Dude, okay. I will never. That place is awesome. That place is so cool. It's this fucking hole in the wall bar in the middle of nowhere. It's spooky horror tarot card theme. They got a giant sized skeleton in there. The male bathroom, there's tarot cards all over the wall. It's fucking awesome. This place is rad. Literally, you have to connect to the Wi-Fi. At least if you have AT&T, you have to connect to the Wi-Fi to get signal, because you ain't getting shit.
Nowhere.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, no, this will be my first time there, so I'm looking forward to it.
I'm so sad that I will not be joining you guys. I will be in Visalia with CWA at that day.
Nice.
I hope you guys enjoy. I am we'll be there in spirit, but not in person. So
awesome. Yeah, you and Jason, right?
Yeah, Jason will also be in Visalia. Yeah,
Jason Hastings is a big factor in how I learned how to play Perry. Like
I could see that.
That guy's just so smart.
He's a genius. He's a character genius. Like
no, he definitely is.
Him and MF are character geniuses, and then the technical geniuses are Michael Shawn and Hayashi. They fucking geniuses.
You just got all sorts of fucking knowledge just to reach out and grab whatever you want.
And you know what? I might as well plug this too. We have a seminar coming up soon with legend Supermax Hernandez.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Hernandez is coming back.
When is that again?
That I'm not sure. I have to look at the flyer, but
it's the week of or week.
I think it's like April 26th. Let me see.
That sounds late, Liam. I want to say it's the week of or week after Rio.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Because they ain't gonna be having him out there.
It's either of or after.
I think so.
I think it's the April 3rd through the 5th. That
sounds right, because Rio's the 5th.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe it's April 3rd through the 5th because he'll usually come in before his shows that he does with us for Colonial, and he'll train with us for a few days. And honestly, it's like it's really cool.
Yeah, Rio's
we
the 5th, so if he's doing before, it'll be 3rd, 4th kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. But yeah. So it'll be really cool.
I need to go for that one. Actually, I missed last time.
No, I sat in on one of Sean's or Hernandez's seminars, and like that's anybody.
That's his real name, Liam. You could say it.
Sean Hernandez. But yeah, no, like that. Like the one time that I watched him kind of talk and give advice, like that dude will like spend as much time as possible to like answer any questions, give you some loving terms of endearment, but like for real though, like the fact that dude will literally take out as much time as possible to make sure that you get the information that you're seeking. And
April 7th through the 10th, by the way. April 7th.
Okay, so it's gonna be the week after Rio. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, you are correct. He will go out of his way. I remember I grew up watching him on TNA, so it was like a shock to me that he was even there, right? And I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
this isn't real.
And then
see my old ass. Paris said, I grew up watching Hernandez. I'm like, oh my god.
And,
I was like 20 when he was in TNA, and you're saying I grew up.
I remember I was in the ring with him, and he was asking, I can't even remember what question he asked me, but he asked me a question, and I just like froze because I'm like, one of my favorite wrestlers is talking to me. And then Michael Sean goes, fucking talk. So like it's like once you get over that hurdle though, it's like it's so nice. It's so beneficial. It's a really good resource. Like I can't put it over enough.
Dude, that guy's so smart. Like some of his words bled over to our camp over in Next Level. Like he told Swollen Boat to step into their shoulder tackles.
Yeah.
And we've all been doing it since, and our shoulder tackles are like immensely better. Like I can tell with my bumps when I don't step in and when I do step in on shoulder tackles, I'm like they're night and day in regards to how fucking different they are in regards to taking those bumps. So dude knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it's great. We have
the tag champions on our roster, I believe, and then we have. Man, I have to look at what belts we have.
What from TWF?
And Hayashi.
Dragon's Den has the whole fucking lot right now.
Yeah, I think they do.
Out of all the TWF belts, Dragon's Den has the whole lot right now.
Yeah,
Hayashi and Paris have the tag belts. Assassino has the TV title, and
CJ has the
CJ's the heavyweight championship. So yeah, all the TWF belts are held by the Dragon's Den right now. Dragon's Den's running TWF right now. Unless I'm mistaken. I think I'm right.
No, I think you're right.
My
yeah, Dragon's Den's running TWF right now, running all the titles right now.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. So it's a good time to start training because we got all the gold, honey. All the gold.
All the gold, got a bunch of talent down there. You're down there at Zeke Kid, Samoan Reaper. That kid, I
see.
He's got to look, bro. I hate to say, I filmed that battle royale up in. I can't remember where it was. Hard Rock Cafe when the top rope broke. It was very hard, and I was trying to be impartial. I was trying to be impartial as a cameraman. It was very hard not to focus on that man.
The rope broke and he threw me into the corner.
Yeah, that's right.
And I got a message from him after, and he was like, "My bad."
I forgot about
Sorry.
that.
Like, you're good. But yeah, that's just you know who I'm very excited about? Because
Who?
Zeke, no one needs to put over Zeke. He's gonna get put over.
He's gonna get there.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be just fine.
That's why I said what I said. Like I had a hard time. I was trying to be impartial, but a hard time not focusing on him. I was like, "Fuck me."
Who I'm really excited to see, and because they're kind of down my lane almost, as far as my style of wrestling. They're a tag team, and they're known as Razzle.
Yeah!
Razzle and Dazzle.
Yeah, these are my boys. These are my boys.
I'm
I love these
excited
kids.
to watch those two. I'm so excited to watch those two because they're such hard workers, and like I can't wait. They've like put in work. They're working their asses off, and like they've been making up tag team moves. They've been doing promos. They've been sending me TikToks.
Dude, they make their own videos with continuity. Oh, it's so good. I love these kids. These kids are fucking great.
Yeah, they're you know, they would have went viral in like the 2010s version of YouTube.
Dude,
yeah.
You are 100. They're 15 years too late. You are 100% correct.
So great. Though.
That's what makes them great right now. Yeah.
15 years too late. Where it's like, oh, you would have been so amazing at that time. Now it's so silly.
God, that's so accurate. Oh my God.
I can't wait for them. And then let's see who else is on the card. So it's me and Flaco. It's Razzle and Dazzle against Hayashi and Paris, I believe. And then it's
CJ Dirt versus Jay Cruz.
BJ Dirt versus Jay Cruz. And then
Michael Sean versus Brandon Humphrey.
Yes, Michael Sean versus Humphreys. That one is another one I'm excited to. And then it's also Giga versus Tino. Which
is
a
submissions match.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one.
And Tony Vargas as well is currently scheduled for the card.
Yeah, Tony Vargas is scheduled for the card against Zeke. That one's gonna be wild.
That's the one I'm sad that I'm not gonna be there for.
Another one that's very exciting to watch is gonna be Vinny Massaro against Big MF.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. So like
versus mentor.
Oh man.
They're doing the sub match, right? That's the submission match?
I don't know if it doesn't say on the flyer if that one's a submission match.
Or is that happening at Rio?
I don't think is it a submission match? No, it's not a submission.
I'm gonna go look.
At least it doesn't say that on the flyer for Mystic Madness.
Yeah, and then there's a Swole and then Luster, the legend.
Yep.
So, stacked card.
This card is absolutely stacked.
Yeah. I saw a comment on a post about one of our posts, and they said real lack of women on the card. But the thing is, our women are in the middle of training, right? So we have women training. We have a ring announcer that is a woman. We have manager in training that are also women. So like, I don't know, like I'm the biggest proponent of like we train wrestlers, not women. So that shit pissed me off when
I only had my hand up because you can't control how many men or women sign up.
Thank you.
You cannot. I cannot. As much as I would love to have a roster of 20 men and 20 women, I can't force 20 women to fucking sign up to be a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You use what's available to you.
You got to use what's available. Who's willing to do it?
Sit there and say to our face when we run engagement that we don't want women, bro. Do you see the fucking views that women get on their fucking matches?
Go look
Yeah.
at Randy's fucking YouTube shit. Oh my god.
You're gonna tell me, who runs the TikTok fucking social account for Dragon's Den, that I don't want women that will bring thousands and thousands of viewers to our page so that they can promote Dragon's Den? Are you fucking on crack?
Liam, make this short. This man speaks the fucking truth.
Opus Clips. Make it happen. I'll do this, and then it'll
I'm
mark it.
just sitting here pointing like, he's speaking the truth. He's telling the truth.
Yeah,
Like-
no, it's like
Like, we want women. We can't force them to fucking sign up.
yeah. If you start forcing them, then you got a whole other discussion to have.
And then on top of that, let's say that you get a golden goose, right? You get the golden goose. You get the girl that can cut a promo, can wrestle, can fucking shine, right? Can be a face, can be a heel, gets thousands of views on their promo. You still gotta wait for that thing to hatch, man. It
Yep.
doesn't happen overnight.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
takes a while. It takes a fucking while, dude. Like, we have women in training right now who can do fucking tilt-a-whirl head scissors, right? But they're still fucking struggling on other shit, right?
They
So it
can't
takes
they can't cut a promo for shit, for example. They could do
Yeah.
They could do a fucking tornado DDT, Hurricane Rana, Meteora, get on the mic. Oh fuck.
ricochet that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so like, I don't know, like, I'm like feminist all day, man. Like, my character doesn't work without being a feminist. Like, otherwise I'm just a creepy man. Like, for real, dude. Like, I'm just a creep. Like, that's it. So like, it's just, like, and then like, it's important to me, like, when that everyone's comfortable and shit, so like, for someone to be like, oh, you don't have enough women on the card, okay, can you give us some women then? Like,
Go find the
you
women
have
to
this
sign up if you're
amount of
bitch
women
about it.
wrestlers, right? Can you bring them over?
Yeah.
Because otherwise we're busy making them, right? I'm not. Our coaches are, though.
Yeah.
Like, so
It's like wanting food when it's still being baked.
yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah.
Exactly, man. Like, listen, you think you like tartar until you have it, all right? Like, and then you realize that that's just raw beef on egg yolk. Like,
You're like, what
that's
am I
What am I doing with my life?
Why isn't my meat cooked all the way?
These eggs are $15 a dozen.
Just raw egg too on top of the raw steak. It's not even.
Best friends with like it's I saw
Oh.
it's where on eggs. This is a random tangent, but I saw on my Instagram, by the way, I saw this girl, she was an OnlyFans girl, and she cracked open an egg, but she had it land on her counter, and then she sucked it up with her mouth, and then she spit it out onto the bed.
Oh,
And
waste of-
she probably made $100 off of that.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Hey, fuck me, man.
hey, there's supply and demand, man.
Come on.
There's somebody out there that wants to watch a chick slurp up an egg and spit it out.
Especially in these times.
Yeah.
You gotta know. You gotta know some dude's like, oh, the power.
Yeah, I know you're wasting $15 for a dozen eggs, but go
Exactly, dude.
I like when you waste money like that, baby.
Oh, burn. Burn.
But yeah.
Late stage capitalism, waste your money.
Speaking of capitalism, I don't know how to promote this, but there's a thing now that Rob Van Dam owns, and it is
Oh,
called
only wrestlers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Perry's got one.
You got
So,
only wrestlers? Do you have subscribers?
I have like 2. Penelope's
Yo,
got like
let's go!
yeah.
Hey.
So all together we got 10.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what, dude? Someone subscribed to your only wrestlers, and that's a win. That's a win.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'd be lucky enough to have any subscribers on a free channel, let alone a paid channel.
God damn, Liam, don't undercut us.
Hey man, well on that forum, especially because there's not a lot of people on it yet. So y'all can be like, hey, here's like some real content. Because no one knows how to fucking post it yet, because it's all like brand new.
Yeah, everyone's figuring out the algorithm and stuff.
So like no one knows what the fuck they're doing on this kind of thing.
We should take it over, Sean.
I'm so down.
Let's do it.
You need to live your gimmick, the algorithm assassin, and take over onlywrestlers.com.
Yes, you do.
Let me show you how to mount this algorithm here, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't remember his name, but there's a dude that literally does interviews with like fucking porn stars, but they don't fuck. They just have an interview.
Just
And
talk
that's all he
about.
does.
They just talk about
Wait.
fucking.
Hold on. What's the point?
The point, I don't know. I don't know the point. I don't know. Maybe
They're having a
like,
respectful conversation.
Like that guy's gotta have like the most non-existent sex drive ever.
No
Just to
riz.
talk to you, and then we ain't banging. I ain't even gonna try to bang, even though your profession is banging. I'm not gonna try to bang. I'm just gonna get this interview about.
I just want the hour of time that I want from you is
That's what I'm confused about.
you said Austin Powers lost his mojo.
oh.
That's great. But yeah, like I said, like if you want to come to a key party, March 29th at Avery, I'm gonna be hosting one while I wrestle against Flaco. So
are you giving Flaco's keys away?
I'm not giving Flaco's keys away.
I mean, if you beat him, wouldn't you give his keys away if you beat him, though?
Perry would be the owner of the keys.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you win the match, does that mean you get the keys and you control Flaco's destiny for the night?
I think that you may have done something to Flaco.
I was just understanding what the vibe was and the society was.
He's applying his knowledge he learned earlier this episode.
I want a 7-year drought over here. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So,
Hey man, there's massage parlors everywhere. I'm just saying, 7-year drought. I'm sure that the ones that have like the open sign and like, I mean, I never understood why a massage parlor needs to be open at 11:30 at night.
No,
so
I also agree. Like, why are
late night body aches.
late night body aches. John,
hey, I heard there's a wrestling school that's open till 11 p.m. We better stay open till midnight.
catch them as they come out.
That's great. That's great. Oh my god. Okay. Sean, you have started. I see you posting workout stuff. What's your max leg press?
My max leg press right now is probably, all right, so 90 on each side is 180, add 20, so about 200 in regards to about 10 reps.
Okay.
My one rep is probably about 250 to 260 for my leg.
That's not bad.
Just one rep itself.
Yeah.
I am nowhere near the shape I want to be. I'm in definitely the best shape I've ever been in my life. However, I still need to progress, especially with my tentative scheduled debut coming up soon. So I'd like to get in better shape by that time. Will I hit all of the goals I want to by that time? No, because I
You got a few checked off though.
I mean, yes, there will be a few, like, to be honest with you, there's no way I'm gonna leg press 350 by the time I fucking debut. Like, that's
bullshit. You're gonna leg press 350, Sean. You're gonna do it.
Okay, spoiler alert. I'm intently scheduled to debut in fucking 48 days. There's no way I'm getting from 225 to 350 in 48 days.
You just gotta believe.
It's all about which pre-workout you use.
That's right.
I'm all coked up.
You can get some psychopharma using code Turnbuckle. Get yourself 20% off for Edge of Insanity. There we go. We got a plug, baby.
Give me some psychopharma. Give me the C4. Give me some cocaine. I'm hitting 350 on the leg press, brother.
Make 350 a thing of the past.
That's awesome. That was great. That was phenomenal.
My leg press is about 200 and 225. Max is probably about 250, 260-ish.
Still good though.
Liam, are you working out?
I am working out. I actually just started working out again.
Okay. What's your like highest weight on whatever workout that you like the most?
My 1 rep for my deadlift is 300.
Yo!
That's not bad for some size.
That's funny. Yeah, dude. I could deadlift 300 pounds.
That was one time, but no, so
he said he could do it, so I was like, yo.
I think I might have a video somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. But I went the other day and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna do some deadlifts before I start working on back. And I was just like, I started off, I did 135 and I was like, okay, like still felt good. And I was just like getting cheeky. I was like, all right, let's see if I could do 2 plates. Just set up 2 plates, fucking busted out 5 right there. I was like, all right, cool, I still got it. So now I'm like gonna work my way back up.
Boy.
Love that. I love seeing that progression. Because
what about you?
Funny. It's so funny watching Ring Crew because you'll see the people that don't work out.
Yeah.
And they'll be like this. They'll have the fucking rod in their hand. Like,
Getting squashed by the weight.
And then you see the people who do work out slowly but surely be able to handle it more and more and more, and every month as goes by, and they're like, "Oh, you're holding it! Oh, look at that!"
Got fucking Popeye forearms and shit.
Dude, Randy's girl, Kat, recently started training with us at Next Level, and she came up to me today. She came up to me. She's like, "What do you do for cardio?" And I was like, "I hit up the Stairmaster and I hit up the rowing machine." She's like, "Yeah, how long?" I was like, "I'm on the Stairmaster anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour," and her jaw just dropped.
Yeah.
She's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then when I'm rowing, I try to hit 1,000 meters under 5 minutes, and her jaw dropped again. She's like, "What?"
Damn.
I was like, "Yeah, you gotta get the cardio." I don't care what anybody says. You can look $150 and have no muscles in this fucking business. You have to have cardio.
Yeah.
Because you can bump like a motherfucker to bump $150 and still do your job. But if you get tired, you're not going to be able to do it. So
yeah, you got to get gassed super quick.
Cardio is the most important thing in this. And like her hearing that, and she's like, "I spent 10 minutes on the thing today and I just was tired." I was like, "This is your second class. Of course you're going to be tired.
You're going to have to 10x that time.
Don't expect to be doing what we're doing on class 2.
Yeah. It's a progression.
A general workout that I'll have, especially since I've been training for this match, is I'll start on the treadmill and I'll do, if it's the first day of the week, I'll do a 3 incline. And then I'll do it at a speed of about 3.5, and then I'll walk that. And each day that incline gets higher, so I'll go from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6.
Yep.
And then
straight line.
And then that speed, however, will stay the same. And then I will, depending on what I'm working out, I'll do an exercise where I basically I'm doing mostly burnouts right now. So what I'll do is I'll take lightweight and I'll do like 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And that's one set for me. And then I'll focus on another body part. And then I always end my workout with legs. Always legs and abs. Always, because if you don't work out your legs, none of the rest of your muscles matter.
Nope.
Right?
Because I'm lifting 100%, especially in wrestling.
If I'm lifting something with my arms, I'm using my leg strength to do that. If I'm walking somewhere, I'm using my fucking leg strength. If I'm lunging somewhere, I'm using my leg strength. So I always end with legs and abs. And then on top of that, I think another thing that I forgot to mention when you asked me, like, what is the difference that I see in myself, is the ability to maintain a deficit, because I used to abuse food, right? So
okay, I see what you're saying.
I would use it as like a
comfort item.
Yeah, comfort item. Yeah, exactly. And like, so I would lose a bunch of weight, and then like within the next day, I would gain it all back, right? And what people don't tell you is that fluctuation of weight fucks with you. Like,
That's
heavy.
So MMA fighters with their weight cuts are out of their fucking mind how much damage they do to their body, and you are doing that to yourself on a regular basis just with your fucking diet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude. I'm glad you're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, no. So like, but and then also, when you start doing that, you realize like, oh, I was overeating on everything, right? So you're like, oh, I only needed that small amount, and then you're like, oh, and then the more it goes, the more it's like easier. Now it's really easy to not buy like candy and shit, because it's like $4 a candy bar.
Yeah. I spent $4 on that fucking Snickers. No.
Fucking me.
Now, plus, like $4 on something, I'm gonna get protein out of it at least. So.
Yeah. Now, plus, I feel like once you start working out and stuff like that, and you kind of become conscious of your dieting and exercise, you're like, well, I've been putting in all this effort, so it's like I don't want to shit on that effort.
You know what no one talks about?
Way too
your libido gets higher. It does.
This is also
fuck yes, it does.
Your libido gets higher. Yeah, your libido gets higher. And it's partially because you have more testosterone, but it's also just because you have those endorphins constantly running through your body, and you feel good, and like that's the closest that we get to ecstasy, right?
Yeah.
So like to have that over and over and over is like, it's almost like you can reward yourself, like you can trick yourself into being like, oh, the gym's a treat, because everyone makes it like this like terrible place to go, where it's like, bro, I don't want to go to the gym, and it's like, bro, like,
oh man, I love going there.
You pay to go there. Like no, unless you're in the army, no one's getting the gym for free.
I love going to the gym. The amount of ass I get to see at the gym, I don't get to see. And I ain't even trying to be a perv. I'm just on my treadmill. I look, I'm like, oh goddamn, all right, good for you. And go back to my workout.
It's kind of stuck everywhere you look. You're like, oh,
exactly.
Oh.
I always saw those videos of like the gym girlies and like their stuff, and I was like, I never saw them. And then I went to the gym at like 5 a.m. and I was like, oh, that's where y'all are at. You guys show up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, when they can't get hassled.
Dude, I have to show up at my gym early to get either the Stairmaster or the Smith machine, because the booty hoes show up at fucking early and they hog them shits. They fucking sit there, they'll do their workout, they'll set their tripod up, they'll get their shots, and then they'll talk to each other by the machine. And I'm like, bitch, move! Try to do squats! Try to do the Stairmaster! And they're just like, nah, we gotta have this conversation about our butts.
Yeah, no, it's like I always hated like whenever I'd go to the gym and then there's like 5'6" fucking broccoli-headed fucks standing by the bench press, and it's like, god damn it, like.
Dude, that's after high school. That's when the broccoli heads show up. School's over, the broccoli heads show up. We're like, oh,
yeah.
Fuck, all the tweens are here.
Well, that like what I'm actually pretty excited about is the gym that I started going to is like a 24/7 gym. So it's like, and it's literally right around the corner. So it's like I could walk there if I wanted to, like just ultra convenience.
That's
Love
right.
Love that.
I wish my gym was 24/7. Fuck.
Same. My gym should be 24/7. It says that it's 24/7.
Perry, you're here in Sacramento, are you?
Yeah.
Where do you go for your gym?
I go to 24.
Okay, I go to Uriah Faber's Ultimate Fitness, which they're never open 24 hours. They're all like, fuck you.
Oh, you want to work out? That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks to be you. Go somewhere
Be here
else.
at 10 a.m.
Go somewhere else, fat ass.
Yeah, that was like my biggest like problem was that like one of my previous jobs I'd be working like 16 hours a day. So it was like, all right, well, I'm getting up at 3 a.m, so I can't go in the morning. And then by the time I'm off, they're already closed.
Out. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
all convenient.
Out of kayfabe, right? Back to what we were talking about earlier. Like Flaco means the world to me. Like one of, and the thing is, right, is that when people start rumors, right, and when people create gossip, it creates a game of telephone, right? So what you heard is not the same from what someone else heard, and what you were told is not the same as what someone else told someone else. So
Yeah.
I heard Perry Papaya had a bunch of Purple Monkey dishwasher soap last weekend at the non-Purple Monkey dishwasher soap blew out. That kind of shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really weird because I didn't have like it. The rumor is that I had a problem with Flaco. That's the rumor, but I didn't. That's not who I had the problem with, and who I had the problem with shall not be named because they are Voldemort to me. So,
Ooh.
but
Wow, that's some hate.
Well, if you think about it, right, what did Voldemort do? Right, he made a bunch of people feel helpless. He took resources away from them, and he told them that they weren't good enough. Right, which caused what? A rebellion, right?
Yep.
Revolt, right? That's why all the wizards got together with Harry and were like, "Fuck you, no nose." Like so.
No.
So, by the way, fucked up that the makeup artist never got an award for Voldemort.
Good point.
Really?
Good
That's
point.
insane to me. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Like he's a legend in this business for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Legend in this business for a reason, and he's taught me a lot. He's taught Michael Sean a lot. He's taught MF a lot. He's taught everyone in my school a lot. Tino started there. Giga started. Well, I don't know if Giga started there, but he would spend a lot of time there when I was there. So like he's a huge influence, and like it's almost like I can't remember the name of the Aztec god, but there's a god in Aztec religion where basically you have to go through them in order to talk to anyone else. And that's
it like
that's our Flaco.
Trying to think of the name. It's like something with the Q.
Yeah, you're on the right track. I can't remember the name for the life of me. But basically that's our representation, right? Is
That's a good representation.
He's in at least in the NorCal area. He's our undertaker in the sense of like you go to him when you have a problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, I mean he's been around for so long, so it's like it only makes sense that that's kind of like the fountain of knowledge or like the outlet of knowledge that you would go to in this business.
Getting at exactly. So like I'm not gonna sit here and not put people up there. So like it I don't know, it means a lot to me that it's literally coming full circle and we get to see a lot of changes and a lot of different people. Razzle and Dazzle I'm excited about Zeke, I'm excited about. He's fun to watch every single time he's out. I'm Razzle Dazzle.
No, I love those guys. I love those guys.
I'm excited to watch MF. I'm excited to watch Humphreys. I'm excited to watch Paris, Hayashi. So it'll be a lot of fun. You're gonna see a lot of things that you don't think that you would have seen from us before. There's gonna be a lot of surprises. It's gonna be a very, very compelling night. So I would definitely recommend heading over to Avery on March 29th and
Howard's Mystic Saloon.
Howard's Mystic Saloon, baby.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a good one. I'll definitely be at that one.
20 days away.
Got a wedding that day, but I'll be there.
20 days away. Liam will be there. I unfortunately will not. I'll be at CWA in Visalia, so I will be sadly missing this show. But I, like I said, I will be there in spirit because it is my boys up there as always.
My boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Probably call it here. Been
I actually, before we go, I have a couple quick general training questions for Perry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why'd you start doing this?
Why did I like wrestling?
Yeah.
I started doing I tried to start at like 18, but when I tried to start at like 18, there weren't any schools out here. There was like a virtual school, but it was all the way in UK, and I was like, I can't do that. And
pause before you continue. Can I get reference? 18 for you was what year?
Let's see. I graduated.
I'm just trying to figure out timeline.
2011, 2012.
Maybe like 12 or 13.
God, you're young. Okay, continue. Sorry.
31. I'm only 31, so you know.
Shut up.
But yeah, I think I tried to start at 18, and then there was no other places, and so I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just wait, and then I went into the army, and then after I came out of the army, I was like, I still want to do it, right? So I looked up, and when I was gone, there was a fucking wrestling boom, and I was like, what happened? After school, there was SPW, there was fucking the next level. I was like, what? See, now there's CWA and fucking CCW and all those different the fucking the one in Maynard where East Bay,
East Bay.
TWF, like TWF's been on since I was a kid. But like when
Same.
I literally messaged the owner Jake, and I was like, was this you around this time? And I was like, I thought so. I wasn't sure. And he was like, and I was like, did you guys air on Wednesdays? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, cool. I knew that because I would watch Monday Night Raw, then I would watch Tuesday Night ECW, then there was no wrestling on. But there was this show called TWF on Wednesdays on public access that I would watch. And then it was Thursday was SmackDown because it was before they moved to Friday. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday and Sunday was previews. And I was like, I was poor, so I couldn't watch the previews. I had to wait.
Your experience is so different to mine for TWF exposure. Because when I got exposed to TWF, it was on right after Monday Night Raw. And so like to hear you be like, there was nothing on Wednesdays, I'm like, holy shit, this is completely like a different realm of exposure. Like you literally had nothing better to watch. You were seeking it out. While my ass was all like, oh, there's more wrestling on, let's go.
Yeah. And then when I found it, I remember watching Landon Ramos when he was younger, doing like 630s off of buildings and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. Like, that's crazy. He was another dude where, like, I'm still shocked where he's like, hey, man, like, and shakes my hand. I'm like,
LBD.
So like,
Landon's gonna punch me in the face for that.
I love Landon. He's a great guy. But yeah. What's your other questions?
Dream opponent, anytime, any level, anywhere. If you could have a match with any person, who would it be?
Any person, any level. Ooh.
Yep. Who would be your dream match?
Oof. That's tough because it depends on what type of character I'm doing. But if I'm doing parry, I think I would love to have this would be amazing. And it's probably something I'll put in when I get 2K25 is a fatal four-way with Rico, Goldust, Adonis, and myself.
That'd be a good one.
You mean Adrian Adonis?
Yeah.
Okay.
From
Okay.
the from 1950s.
Okay, because I heard it. All I heard was Adonis, and I was like, "There's
Yeah,
3 or 4
Adrian
different
Adonis.
Adonis." Okay, cool.
He was
Adrian
the-
Adonis. Okay,
he was
yeah.
the
Talk about the
game.
most flamboyant fucking match I've ever heard in my life. Holy fuck!
And then the run-in would be Rikishi.
Stink
Stink face, everybody.
I would set up for a stink face, and then he would run in, hit me from the back, have like a chuckle, and then start stink facing everybody. It would be
Everybody
great.
in a corner.
It'd be great.
Which person smiles at the stink face? Because one of them's got to smile. The rest of them got to sell it like it's terrible. Do you smile or does someone else smile?
I think someone else would smile.
Okay.
I think Adonis, if he was alive, he would probably smile. He would get a kick out of it. Like, this dude's straight as fuck. I think Rikishi has more of like a oh cool, I get to fuck with you smile on it. Mine's more of like, oh shit, there's an opportunity smile. But yeah, so like yeah, that would be my dream match, the fatal four-way with those 3 people.
Do you have anything that you specifically won't do in pro wrestling?
I would say the top rope because I don't like going up there. Because
fair enough.
But I have done it. I used to do swanton bombs. But I think it's hard to say.
So if I challenged your ass to a death match, you're down.
I would need a build-up. If there's a story behind it.
Clearly, but I'm just giving you an example.
If there's a story behind it and we've had match after match and it's to a blood boiling point, then yeah, I would love a death match. I don't think I would say no to that. If I was trained by Tony Vargas, if I said no to a death match and there was a proper story behind it.
My man.
But that's the coup d'etat, right? It has to be the proper story behind it, right? Every death match I've seen with Tony has a story.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So like it's like that. Like so if I had to say I wouldn't do anything, it would probably be like, to be real, I don't like lifting people. That's why a lot of my moveset, like I used to love suplexes. I love watching people throw suplexes. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I don't like throwing them. So like I love reverse DDTs. I love DDTs. I love chain wrestling. I love which I used to suck at chain wrestling. Chain wrestling is so fun now. Once you get good at it, it's so fun. It's like a Lego piece that you're just putting together, and once it fits, you're like, oh, that looks so cool.
I can see that.
Yeah, and then like Frankensteiners, stink faces, but as far as something that I wouldn't do, wrestle and not get paid for it.
He's a man that wants his money.
Unless it's a charity show. Unless we already know going in, it's a charity show.
But the way that I look at it is like, yes, what we're doing is quote unquote sports entertainment, but that also doesn't mean that one of us can't break the other person's neck, right?
Goddamn right.
So if I'm doing a lot of work to protect you from your neck getting hurt, I want to get paid for that, and I want you to get paid for doing the same thing for me. Yep. So that would be the one thing where I'm like, I don't want to wrestle for you if it's not for charity and it's not a PO, because every coach that I've ever had said you don't wrestle for fucking free.
Yep.
So
one of the trainers at Next Level says Next Level should be your lowest PO, and I've taken that to heart in regards to be like, what's my PO? Oh, you're lower than this place. I'm not taking this show. No, thank you.
Yeah, man, you have to book yourself like, well, not book yourself, but you have to treat yourself like a business, because you are, for lack of a better term, a brand.
You are your own brand. Yeah.
Yep.
You are. If someone sees me outside being a terrible human being to Penelope or Jolene, they're gonna be like, I don't want to fuck with you, dude. You know.
Wait, what are you talking about? Fuck those bitches. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, if I'm a heel at the time, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you know. but for the most part, like, are you gonna want to cheer a swinger that hates all the people that he swings with?
No,
probably. Right? Are you gonna hate the swinger that hates all the people that he's with? Probably not, because he's still fucking all of them, right? So the trick is to walk that fine line between having the guys wish they had your life and having the women hate that that's your life.
I'm gonna cheer the swinger who is still fucking like 8 people. I'm like, yeah, that's my guy.
He's got the
riz. And all the women are like, oh, fuck this dude for real, fuck you.
All right, what's the next question? I'm gonna roll.
What do you have a favorite drill in training you guys like to do, or you specifically a favorite drill you like to do? Lately, in regards to how we run things, we've adopted some of the Ugly Dojo's everyday chain gimmick, and we've been doing that every so often. That's turned into one of my personal favorites that we like to do. So I was wondering if you had a drill that you personally like to do a lot.
It's something that's actually changed. I used to hate comeback drills. I used to hate them because I don't know. If at the time, right, I hadn't sold into giving my all into everything yet. So when we were doing comeback drills, I was like, man, I don't want to do this. I don't think that I would ever be doing a comeback, right? But like that's a terrible way to think about it, because even if you're trained as a heel, you're going to probably end up being booked as a face. So
yep,
it's a terrible way to think. And but it wasn't until I remember I had a moment where we were all, Hayashi was literally being like, DJ, this is what you would do at that time. Paris, this is what you would do at that time. And he points to me and he goes, you're a wild card. I don't know about you yet. And it's only because I didn't have my character figured out yet. But now I have like the coolest and funniest comeback that we have. I have an STD chant. I have nice. Like hopefully everyone in Avery is going STD. That's my goal. My goal.
I hope that happens.
I need a nice acronym for it, so it doesn't just stand for sexual disease, but we'll get there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure there can be something good come from that.
I mean, the easy one is suck this dick, but you know you can't put that on a shirt.
No.
I mean,
I
pretty
mean,
good, but
You can, but you definitely narrow your target demographic quite a bit.
yeah, exactly.
Don't ever take away a function from yourself. You can do things. They're just consequences you have to pay for the actions you do.
Exactly. Yeah.
there it is.
Lastly for you, in regards to wrestling training, what is your worst part of wrestling? What do you hate about wrestling training?
I don't think I hate anything about the training. I think the thing that like upsets me the most is when like new people come in and they break down, which like at first fine, right? Because you're like, bro, I don't get why I can't do this if I watch it all the time, right? That's understandable. Like I get
Yeah.
why you're frustrated and upset by that, and you have this idea in your head, right, that you're gonna go in there and you're gonna be the greatest thing that they've ever seen, right? But that doesn't happen unless you're fucking Zeke, unless you're 6'8" and 350 pounds and
Yeah.
fly off the top rope. That's not gonna happen, right? So what?
Not everyone's genetically gifted like that fucker.
Right. And so like you're gonna have to break yourself down before you build yourself back up. And I think the thing that pisses me off is when new people try to talk over and like instruct the coaches. Cause I'm like, bro, you've been in here like less than a second. And they've been in here over 20 years. And you're gonna sit there and be like, oh, I know more. Like,
Yeah.
like that's like a student
That's
going up
bold.
and being like, I can teach your class better. It's like, okay, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
here you go, bitch. Here you
Yeah,
go.
go ahead. All right, let's see how much gold you get on the roster. All right, there's a reason.
Shit.
There's a reason that there's a certain amount of gold on the roster of Dragon's Den, and it's because
Yeah.
it trains them. There's a reason for it. So like, I think that's my biggest ick for training, because I mean it used to be cardio. But wow, I hated drop down drills. I hated them. Just throwing yourself on the ground and jumping right back up over and over and over.
Yep.
Like a burpee with walking. It's terrible.
You're like, why am I doing this?
But I love the game.
Dude.
Yeah, so that would probably be it. But yeah, like I said, March 29th, Mystic Madness, Howard's Mystic Saloon, Avery, California. El Flaco Loco, the legend, is going to be going against moi, Perry Papaya. And then also, just to make y'all aware, whoever sees this, it is a free show.
Yes.
So you're going to be able to get in for free. So you get to go to the bar, get a drink, get litty, go sit down, go watch some wrestling, and go back to getting litty, and you didn't even have to pay for it. So
you don't even have to get litty. You just show up and watch
don't
the
even
show.
have to get litty. You just
it's free
be
entry.
sober as a
Just
bird.
come hang out. Yeah,
Exactly.
get drunk, get sober, just come watch the fucking show.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't even drink and I'll be there. So,
See, exactly. You don't gotta get litty like a titty, but if you are, that's even preferred because you're probably gonna like the show even more.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. I mean, I do smoke. I mean, the name of my stable is Pineapple Express.
That's why I said litty like a titty. We're not here to talk about what substance is litty like a titty or no.
Lit tit.
So please come. Really stack card. Like really stack card. And
Nah, for sure is.
MF is throwing it. So it's TWF is helping throw it, but MF is running it.
It's essentially adjacent. It's a TWF adjacent show. It's not promoted under the TWF banner, but all of the TWF titles are on the line that night. Like it's basically half the TWF roster is going to be there.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
practically a TWF show.
Yeah, so it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun, and really hope that you guys show up.
Yeah. Be there, be square. March
Be
29th.
there. be there in Avery on March 29th. If you're in the area, definitely recommend going and seeing Perry Papaya take on El Flaco Loco at Avery's Mystic Saloon. Wonderful venue, wonderful town. What's great about that place is because, you know, they don't really have anything going on. Half the town's going to show up, so it's going to be a great crowd. So you'll have
Good energy.
yeah, it's good energy. It's always a good time out there, dude. It's a freaking great venue.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, no, appreciate you, Perry, coming on, man. It was good talking to you, getting to know you, and looking forward to your match with Flaco. That's going to be a good one. That whole fucking Mystic Saloon show is going to be an absolute banger. So
That's gonna be a great show. Stacked card. If you can make it out there for sure.
Yeah, guys.
make it. But yeah, got a couple of plugs on our end. We got ProWrestlingPlus.tv if you want to watch all the NorCal promotion wrestling matches going on. Definitely helps out. Some good shit on there. We also got who else we got? We got the Outlanders show. We got our homie Mike Nordyke.
That's right.
Came out. Yeah. And then Turnbuckle Tapes merchandise on Pro Wrestling Tees, and what else? And then if you want to get fucking juice to the gills on pre-workout, get yourself some Edge of Insanity from Psycho Pharma, 20% off, code Turnbuckle. Perry, thank you again, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of fun.
Perry, thank you again. Just to give a heads up on the local calendar, March 15th in Manteca, TWF is back in action.
That's right.
I myself will be in March 27th at Next Level Pro Wrestling. March 29th in Avery. See Perry Papaya against El Flaco Loco up at Howard's Mystic Saloon. If you happen to be in the central part of the valley, not the northern part of the valley, and can't make it out, CWA is running in Visalia. I myself will be there. So you have options for your wrestling that weekend. If you are in the area, you should make one of those two shows. And then back again in the Sacramento area for April 5th for the big one, TWF Rio Mania 22.
Yeah.
My senior project turns 22 years old. It's nuts to see that thing still running, and we got a hell of a main event. It's going to be a good time. Plenty of local wrestling. Go to your local shows. Support your local wrestlers. Support Perry. Support myself. Support Liam at these shows. Like, come out and just let us know you appreciate what we're doing, y'all.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also, one more shout out. Shout out to Rand Diesel.
Yes.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to homie Randy.
So that guy, I even said this a couple trainings ago before his girl started training at Next Level. I was like, that guy puts in more miles than the fucking workers.
Yeah, he does.
Like, he's coming from Fresno for all of these shows. I'm like, what's your mind, bro? And they came out to Sacramento the last 2 weeks to train with us, and I'm like, holy shit, y'all are putting in the work. So
Yeah, no.
shout
for
out
real.
to that family of much appreciation.
By the way, since I have a rep from Next Level right here, Sean, I just want you guys to know that maybe, just maybe, that you guys may be seeing a buddy of mine that really likes keys. Just gonna.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to end up talking about a different subject. Liam and I have talked about quite a bit off camera, but this is a different subject. So
Yeah.
this is fun.
No, I thought I was leading to that too. I was like,
you
oh.
already knew where I was
Oh,
going. I got real excited. Oh my God, Perry.
Wait, hold on,
We're going to
hold on,
talk off
hold on.
camera in just a second. We're going to have to talk off camera in just a second.
Okay, all right.
I got
But-
real excited. But no,
yeah,
I'm real excited that, like, if one of your friends is coming, I'm really excited to have them there. I'm really excited to work with them. We're going to talk off camera.
All right. Yeah. Just know that he's a smaller individual. He likes to jump off things, and I know him as the key factor. But
Yeah! Okay. So, all right. I kind of thought we were talking about this same subject. A buddy of ours coming back to the NorCal area, Liam, the key factor, Keyshawn Calloway. He's been gone for a little while. Former Next Level Pro Wrestling Cruiserweight champion. Hell of a talent. Hell of a kid. had some life incidents going on. I didn't realize what you're talking about until you mentioned the key factor thing. I thought you were talking about something completely different. I thought it was gonna be a new student. I was all excited. I was like, yeah, I'll catch it. Yeah, fuck yeah, you can dive on me.
But yeah, expect some stuff.
Yep.
Expect some stuff from the key leader and the key factor. Expect some stuff.
Keys is taking over the Northern California area. I'm a little scared.
I kind of want to change my here. I have a second dream match. My second dream match, right? It's very specific though, and I don't know if it'll ever happen. But it's me and Malachi, right? And me and real key factor. And sorry, buddy, I said your real name. And I wrestle him, right? And then like we're having like our falsy spots. And then Tony comes in and fucking beats the shit out of both of them. That's my dream match right there.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been TurnbuckleTapes podcast.
Thank you for tuning in. If you've made it this far, we appreciate you. We love you. Perry, thank you again.
Yes, Perry, thank you.
Thank you guys. All right, you guys have a good night.
You have a good night. Support local wrestling. Get a little
support local wrestling.
Yeah. Catch y'all later.
All right, see ya.